it won't last for too long, guys. And this is why it is so important to really understand that this business may not be easy, but it's simple, guys. It's really, really simple. This business is so simple because there's a few things that you need to know. There's a few things that you need to learn. And as soon as you have learned those skills, things are different, guys. And it's not that many. For the beginning, who's here in this business for less than a year? Make some noise. For every single one of you guys, there's two things that are really, really important. Two skills. The first two that you need to learn. But most of the people underestimate how important it is to be a 10 out of 10 in those skills. What do you think why Alex Morton is where he is? What do you think why someone like Matt Rosa is where he is? Because when it comes to basic skills, like inviting, for example, or edifying, the first two things that you really need to learn, they are a 10 out of 10 in that. Why? Because they've done it so many times. And that's how you gotta get a 10 out of 10. But you need to learn those skills. That's the first two things that you need to be perfect in inviting and edifying. You gotta learn how to invite the person the right way, how to get ideas, how to make sure that the person is really coming to an event. Because we all know that you're inviting 10 people and then 2 are coming, right? But believe it or not, I know people who are inviting 10 people and 8 are coming. Why? Because the way how they edify, the way how they invite is different. And that's what you need to learn. The second thing is edifying. You gotta learn why it is so important. Why it is so important to say the things that you're saying and then edifying. The third thing now, guys, after you're really a 10 out of 10 in inviting and edifying is, of course, presenting and closing. Why? Because at that moment where you know how to present, you're independent. And that's your number one goal. That needs to be your number one goal. Getting independent. Fire your upline. Fire your upline doesn't mean that you're not listening to your upline anymore. Fire your upline doesn't mean that you're not like in touch with your upline anymore. Fire your upline doesn't mean that you don't respect your upline anymore. Fire your upline only means that from now on, you can do things on yourself. You don't need your upline for every single freeway call. You don't need your upline to present the business to someone else because you've learned to do it yourself. That doesn't mean that you don't use your upline anymore. That doesn't mean that you don't use the power of a third person anymore. You do. But the moment you learn how to present and to close is where you get independent. And that's the moment where you can really build momentum. Because then it's the fifth and last, and I always call it like I need to say it in a kind way. I don't say how I call it. Because it's the skill that you need to learn to become the chairman skill. The chairman skill. The chairman skill is promoting. The chairman skill is to know how to promote people. The chairman skill is to know how to get people from A to B. And you know how you do it? You want to know one of the biggest secrets in leadership, because leadership is where we're going into now. One of the biggest secrets in leadership is not telling people what you want them to do, but instead of that, telling people what you are doing and why you are doing it. Because by that, guys, you're going to inspire them, and you make sure that they make the decision on themselves. Because if you make the decision for someone else, it doesn't matter what decision it is. It doesn't matter if it's the decision that someone else goes to this convention, signs up in your business, or whatever. As soon as you make a decision for someone else, it won't last for too long. Because people always want to make the decision themselves. Like, let's say you go shopping, and then there is someone in the store who helps you, who sells you a pair of new shoes. You have a pair of new shoes, you don't go to your friends and you say, look, someone sold me those shoes today. You don't say that. You don't say someone sold them to you. You say you bought them. But in fact, there was someone in the store selling them to you, telling you why they so good. The shoe is so good, and then you need to buy this, and blah, 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 blah. But you would never ever go to your friends In that scenario, I'll say, someone sold you that shoe. You don't. You will always say, I bought that shoe. Why? Because if you say someone sold you that shoe, then you're saying someone else made the decision for you. We don't say that, even if it's the case. So people always want to get the feeling that they make the decision on themselves. And that's one of the biggest secrets in leadership. That's one of the things where so many people getting stuck because they don't know how to get people from A to B. Because they're always just telling them to go from A to B instead of telling them why they themselves go to A to B. Why do you go on that team? Why are you on this convention? Why are you in I Am Master Academy? Don't tell people join I Am Master Academy. Tell people why you joined I Am Master Academy. It's a game changer, guys. It's a real big game changer. Then guys, let's go. Team building, one-on-ones, two-on-ones, small meetings, home events, weekly meetings, monthly meetings. That's the level guys. Alex wants to send this exactly like that into the church family just a few weeks ago because of the level team and crushing it with all of your different If you want to learn how to set up an event culture, talk to those people. They can tell you how to run an event culture. I don't have too much time left, guys, so I really want to go fast with this. Leadership, guys. Thank you. Leadership, guys. Let me speak my last 5 minutes. Leadership, guys. The first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about leadership is lead with your heart. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I was thinking about leadership. Leading with your heart. That's the first very important step, guys. The next thing is leadership. Lead your ship, right? You gotta lead your ship. If you don't lead your ship, someone else gonna lead it. And then you don't know how that ship's gonna go into. Maybe it's an iceberg and then it's the Titanic. You gotta lead it, guys, to make sure this is not happening. Be a servant leader, guys. Being a servant leader is the number one thing in leadership. Because when you're a servant leader, then you put people first. When you're a servant leader, then you don't think about yourself first, you always think about your people first. You always think about what can you do for others before you think about what can you do for yourself. And that's why you gotta be a servant leader from your heart, guys, not just saying it, not just because someone like Alex or Maurice is a servant leader and then you're like, I'm a servant leader, I'm also a servant. No, you gotta feel it, guys, it's gotta come from your heart. Second thing is vision. You hear people talking about vision all day. I'm sure Matt Rosa is gonna speak about vision today. You've been speaking about vision yesterday, guys. Vision is so important. People need to know where you are going. If your people don't know where you are going, and what your vision is, what your goals are, where you're coming from, then they're stuck. Have vision for your people, guys. Number 3 is invest in your people and invest in your team. Don't be afraid to invest in those people and into that business that gives you the money that you're earning. It makes zero to not invest money into that where your money is coming from, right? Your business is where your money is coming from. Make sure you invest money back, because if you don't do it, there will be a day where you're not earning any money anymore. Because you were afraid and you were not willing to put your money back into your people, invest into them, and make sure they good. Key principles, guys. I have 3 minutes left. There's some key principles. I just said it, don't tell people what to do, tell people what you do and why you do it. People need to get inspired to make the decision themselves, and if you make it for them, it won't last for too long. We just spoke about that. The last point I want to speak about now, guys, something that I spoke about on the online convention. Who was an online convention? Guys, you gotta make sure that you're in something like the online convention, because the value you got there is immense, guys. Immense. And we have most of the stuff already on our YouTube channel. But what I want to speak about now for the last is something that I figured out. I believe 99% of all the really successful people in network marketing, they're missing out on point number 3. Point number 1, guys, is learning how to keep your people close. If you start someone new, you gotta keep them close to you, right? Because they don't know anything. They don't know how to invite, they don't know how to edify, they don't know anything. And you wanna make sure that they do it the right way from the beginning, that they build their business in the right way from the beginning, so the foundation is set right. That's the first thing you wanna do. Put your people close to you. The second thing you wanna do is put people into the fire when they are ready. When you know that they are ready, but they don't feel like they are. Who has ever put someone into a team call and let them speak with them saying, I'm not ready for that? You see, the leaders before that. Who of you guys has ever spoken on an event or on a team call where your upline told you, you're ready for this, but you thought you're not, but you were? You see? So that's the second thing, guys. You gotta figure out when your people are ready to speak in front of people, to speak on a team call, to speak on an event. That's the second thing. And the third thing, guys, is the thing that most of the successful network marketers, I believe, and if you say that's not the case, come to me and tell me. We can speak about that. I'm 100% sure it's not. The third thing, guys, is that most of the successful people in this industry have a big problem with just letting their people do. Just let them do. And with just letting them do, I don't mean like you don't do anything and you just let your people do. With just letting them do, I mean that people sometimes make a decision, and I'm giving you an example now. One of my biggest and one of my best friends and one of my best leaders that I have in my team is the number 1 we have in Austria, Mr. Sommers, that is speaking later today also. And when Sommers came to me and Sommers asked me for me to help him setting up events and setting up not just events, setting up offices where he has his people in, I did not think it was a good idea, because I had offices in the days back then. With Robin Abelshauser, for example, Chairman 10, we had offices for like 2 years. And it was not good. And I was about to tell Sommers, no, don't do it. But I saw in his eyes, even if I tell him don't do it, he's gonna do it anyways. And it's good. It's good. Because he has a strong mindset. He has a strong decision, right? He already knew he's gonna make that. He's gonna do it. All he was seeking for was my help. So I knew if I'm telling him don't do it, he's gonna do it either way. If it works, then he's like, you didn't want me to do it, I did it, and it did work. Not good for me. If it doesn't work, there's no way he's coming to me and he's like, yeah, you were right, because that's just not how we are. But if I tell him, bro, I support you and I help you, then there's also the 2 options, that it's working or it's not working. If it's working, we good. If it's not working, he's much more open now for feedback and to do something else. And this is why you let your people do this. You need to figure out when to keep them close and just let them do what you think is best. You need to figure out when to put them into the fire, and when they are ready for something they think they're not. And most of all, guys, you gotta figure out when to let your people just do. Just let them do. Because if you don't let them do, they cannot evolve, guys. They cannot get bigger. They cannot out-earn and they cannot outrank you. But you know what? That's the thing that most of the people may be fearing of, that someone else is out-earning, outranking them or whatever. You know what? When someone else is out-earning or outranking me, that's giving me the best feeling on earth, guys. And 1 minute over time, so I want to finish it with this. We did not speak about that. I was saying this already yesterday to Richard, but we're gonna do something similar now, guys, than what we have already done here before I went on stage. I wanna just make sure that you guys know that we here in iMastery Academy, we do not just have the best leadership in the field, in the entire industry, but we have the best leadership, guys, back there. With people that you don't see, people that you don't hear from so much. But those people, guys, really, those people are the reason why iMastery Academy in the next 10 years is going to become a $10 billion company, guys. We have the best founders and CEOs with Christopher Terry and Isis Delatorio. We have people like a Jason Brown, like a Alex Morton, like a Matt Rosa, like a Kyle Lowe, Daniel, Ari, Greg, John, Daniel Lopez, Nicole, Asana, it's the best leadership, corporate leadership in the entire industry, guys. And I want to make one thing now for the end, because this is home, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is this, this,